Hi my babies, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with a Berserk rant and a little surprise at the end. So stay tuned. So I got my rant. I got 4 pages and 1 back page. And we're gonna get started because y'all were talking about the last rant and said like, oh, you know, like you should really pinpoint what you're saying because you was just going back and forth. I pinpoint that bitch 1 through like whatever. So what I'm saying now is I'm sorry I was gone. It was my birthday last week. I had a great birthday. Like, shout out to the motherfuckers that actually care about me and took me out for my birthday. I loved it. I had a great time. And everybody was great to me, you know, except the people that weren't great. They got cut off. With that being said, I'm going to start the rant. Thank you for staying with me, still supporting me. I see y'all commenting on old videos because y'all know y'all want to see a girl. You know, I'm very grateful for all of you, every single one of you, because you guys make my day and you make my life, because I wouldn't be able to be this creative without it. With that being said, we're going to get started on the goddamn rant. So I'm not going to look in the camera a lot. I'm going to just read. So this is page 1. There's 4 points on it. Let's get started. So I just want to say I'm upset with this fucking manga, right? The conviction arc was confusing and riddled with anxiety, insanity, chaos, and cryptic messaging from fucking Skull Knight. Skull Knight's message was bullshit. Like I just couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with it. Like, let's be for real. Like, I just couldn't deal with that shit. Like, you see what he's saying? Does that make sense to you? What he is saying? No, it will never make sense to me. He was talking all these like, oh, well, you know, like a festival's coming and you gotta get ready for it. Like, you go fuck yourself. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone, right? And then Casca disappearing and seeing Guts going back because Guts Jr. warned him that Casca was in trouble, and him coming back to Godo and Ricky and I forgot the little girl name. I feel like that was really sweet. Like, we don't really see a lot of like heartfelt moments in Berserk. So when we do, I just feel like it's just like a nice little pause in the story of remembering that, you know, Guts, even though Guts is on this rage of war, or like a declaration of war towards Griffith or Femto, towards the God Hand and all that, and all the devils and the demons and apostles and all that. It's just nice to see him like take a break, enjoy himself, you know. But I think that was the only fucking time we saw him do that. Like, when he went back to go see Godo, and even then that was kind of turmoil because he found out that Casca disappeared, and you know, like, Ricky isn't in charge of Casca. It's really his responsibility because he left her there. So I just really thought that was a nice little moment to really reminisce that Guts has feelings. He has a very strong sense of loyalty to whoever's left of the Band of the Hawk, which isn't a lot. And Godo's always gonna be my favorite. Just him giving off those little advice, and you know, getting Guts on the right track. Even though he's so fucking angry, it's still on the right track of like what you should do for others on this path. So especially like the ones that are good to him, not the ones that, you know, trying to fucking kill him. So moving on to the next point. Oh wait, I wrote more. I feel like it showed maturity to everyone. How the eclipse from 2 years ago really solidified everyone's connection and loyalty to each other, like I just said. So now we're going to our next point. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the side characters we met. I fucking love Isidro. Isidro. He was very childish, but he was a child. He really just wanted to learn from Guts, but you know, Guts didn't really have the time. So now he was following around. Like, he wants to be trained and be strong. He's fucking rude and kind of funny. He was all over the place. Like, I just felt like he did a lot during the story, like helping out Casca, you know, fighting off those devils that turned in, like, you know, he was fighting those motherfuckers. So yeah, on to our next character. I like Isidro, but we got Nina and Haquin. They stupid. They a bunch of bitches. Crybabies. Kind of an exception with Haquin, because Nina was on some freaky shit, and Disease with some freaky shit. That's not how that should work. But fuck Nina. I will always say Nina could have died multiple fucking times. Either she got lucky, someone saved her, she was a scaredy cat and hid, or like what's her name? Luca was like helping protecting her and the other girls. But other than that, fuck Nina. Y'all might have to write in the comments. I really saw no purpose of Nina in that arc whatsoever. Like I'm glad she got away from Guts and Luca and all that, because I saw no purpose. It looked like she just got in the way. Like she was always in the way, crying, pussy dripping, discharge, and all types of motherfucking things. Herpes, syphilis, all that. Herpes. Like, I don't got time. Even though she was a sex worker, just no, I'm not. No, absolutely not. I just didn't care for her. She was annoying as fuck. Just crying. And then was on some freaky shit, but then crying when the freaky shit turned into demons. Like, nah, shorty, that's what you like. That's what you like. Stand on that. Anyway, so now we're going to move on to the GOAT, Luca. Luca was resilient, cool as fuck, protective, a good leader, didn't let occupation as a sex worker occupy her time or loyalty to the other girls. I really like Luca. Luca was very strong-headed. Like, she really tried the best. Well, I don't think she knows Casca's real name, does she? But she really was trying to help Elaine and Nina out and the 3 other girls that were part of that group, and just saying like we need to keep them under wraps, like leading them and making sure everyone's okay. Luca was a really cool character. It was like she was a leader, but for girls. She couldn't do much in terms of like strong and bruteness, but like strategically wise, like she always had like a tiny little plan up her sleeve to get out of something like that was like pushing her to a tight corner. If that makes sense. Like she just was very strategic and smart, and yeah, I like Luca. Luca was cool. Fuck Nina. Anyway, so we're on page 3. I got 3 out of 4. Okay, I want to talk about Guts. Finally seeing Casca. I just thought it was so fucking beautiful. It really, Guts looked all worried and wanted to protect her like as soon as possible and get her away from that area. It just made me remember what chapter was that? 15? 14, 15 wounds? Yeah, that will always be creviced in my heart as the best chapters of this story. Like, it was supposed to be endgame. Casca and Guts. Like, it's supposed to be endgame. Like how, what you call it? It was supposed to be like Scarlett Johansson's character in the Marvel Universe. What's her fucking name? Black Widow and the Hulk. Even though I didn't really care for Mark Ruffalo. But I'm getting off track. So, I just really like that Guts automatically found her and was like, holy fucking shit, thank God. Here we are, thank you, let's get you the fuck out of here. And he just met obstacles after obstacles, but he also was able to get her the fuck away from this. So I just thought that was really nice that, you know, at the end of the arc, he got her away from all this tragedy and all this bullshit and all this building wreckage and all these people talking about she's a witch and she needs to die. It's good that she got away. Love it. So now, let's talk about this fucking baby. Now, I don't like this. Is it a 3? No, I don't like this fucking dumbass 180 that Kentaro did with the baby. The baby was already in Casca. It was Guts' baby. Right? The baby gets turned into a demon because, you know, like, people suck. You know? Because Femto sucks. And he did way too freaking much. And I'm not about to go into that because I'm not about trying to think about that. But I don't like that the baby got corrupted by this corrupted man. And now he went around just chasing his dad and going around his parents and loving on them, trying to love on them. But, you know, he couldn't really do it. But he loved his mom and dad. It's the fact that he knew that was his mom and dad. And it wasn't like he thought Femto was his dad. I like that touch. But I just like that. I don't like that the baby got corrupted. But whatever. We're going to keep going. So then the baby warns his father that his mother is in trouble. Then the baby's so fucking weak trying to protect his mama This egg-looking motherfucker picks him up. And he turns into Femto. I just want to say that's the stupidest fucking shit in my life. That is the stupidest turnaround in my life in anime, manga history. And I've only seen like a certain number of anime and mangas. Like, I have a long journey to go in terms of that. Well, but please, I have to say, I fucking hated that. Like, that was terrible. Like, y'all want an anime adaptation so bad. Who the fuck wants to animate that? No one wants to animate that. That would look awful. I'm sorry. Do I want to see it? Yeah. But who the fuck wants to really work on this? Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Only Kentaro wanted to work on this. It's really fucked up what happened to that baby. The baby didn't need that to happen. So I really did want to go into Father Mosgus. I really don't think at the last rant I talked about him. So I feel as though it was very... What word I want to use? Like... It was like oh, you know how like something's like a connected, but it's like a parallel one. It's like inter something. I feel like him making a deal with the Bailet and then turning into like a devil or demon or apostle, but he kept like he was very adamant that he was an angel. I thought it was like a really interesting topic to really go about and like see. Because it just seems almost like a slash to religion, like a dagger, like, you know, like it was like a little joke on like what religion is all about, like in terms of like people who are into religion, or like people who are say they're really into religion but also treat people like shit or treat others shitty. Like yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into religion because I'm not trying to get, like, in trouble. But I just thought it was a little cool perception on what people see as good and bad. So, you know, like, you know how they said, the God Hand said when people are in the most extreme amount of emotion, that can include despair, jealousy, envy, something else, sorrow, all that. It was negative emotions, right? So my thing was, what was Father Mosgus's thing? Like, what was he so upset about that the Bailet came to him and was like, hey, do you want to make a deal? And he saw like a sign from God. Like, I'm just still on about that. Like, I wish we saw that moment. Or did we see that moment? I don't think we saw that. I think about the conviction arc constantly, how everything just went down, and I know it took me months to really like sit here and be like, okay, I finally understand where this is going. I finally can really pick up the pieces and I'm not so mad anymore, because I was getting super fucking mad reading chapters this to 176 of the conviction arc. I don't think you understand how upset I was getting. Like, I just felt like I didn't know what was going on. I just was filled with anxiety. I was stressed, like, bitch, god damn, fuck. With that being said, I'm on the last and final thing with the chapter. Like, let's get started. So now, we're gonna talk the worst fucking part of the most beloved story, the festival. The baby warning Guts, Guts coming, saving Casca, the baby protecting Casca, while the town is, like, freaking, getting torn up, the baby getting freaking torn up by a walking fucking Bailet. Like, we not even really going on about like the Bailet shit. Like, the Bailet, y'all, the fucking Bailet. Like, no one's gonna talk about that. We need to talk about that. What made him want to come up with that? Like, no, his brain needed to be studied for science. Okay, so I also want to talk about the Bailet. How he felt like he got discarded and never met Father Mosgus. So that makes me really think he knew what Father Mosgus was doing for the others a lot. And I guess it was because he was like hiding in between the walls or down in the little area. So I really feel bad for him. But like, I also don't feel bad for him, because what made you want to be a fucking Bailet? Like, why did you want that? Why did you hear the Bailet cry to you and then you was like, I want to be you? Like, Why didn't you say I want to be famous or rich or I want to be someone who isn't evil? Like, why did you want that? Whatever. Doesn't matter. He wanted a whole new world like fucking Aladdin. But whatever. Don't care. Let's keep going. Casca almost dying several fucking times almost gave me a heart attack. I swear to God. I just wasn't ready. If I see this bitch die, I'm not reading it. I hope y'all know that. Like, stop playing me. I'm not gonna read it for another couple months. Like, I'm sorry, you're not about to get me. I just cannot. I cannot. So with that being said, I want to go to the last final part that I always will fucking remember. I don't know if it's worth. No, there's nothing that's worse than the eclipse. But this is damn near second. A very close second. This motherfucker turning into this baby that got ate up by a Baylid and transforming into a pseudo Griffith. I don't even know if it's Griffith or if it's like Femto but in human form. Like, we don't see the wings no more type shit. Like, who cares, bro? Hear me out. Who cares that Griffith is back? Like, why is he back? Why did Zod go and get that nigga? Why is he here? And why is he just flying away naked with Zod? Since when did Zod have wings? I just don't understand what we are gaining by him coming back to the story. Like, why can't we just go to him defeating the apostles and finding the God hand? Why do we have to do this? Like, why do we have to do this? Like, I will never understand. I know y'all gonna say continue the chapters to understand, but no, Kentaro, I'm sorry. I don't understand why you wanted this. You made Guts go through childhood, then witness all this childhood shit. If you know, then you want to tell me he meets Griffith and Griffith does that, and you still let Guts live just for him to hate everybody, which is fine. Don't care. Not even gonna go into that. But now you gonna bring him back? And y'all all in the comments like, this is Griffith's story, Guts is just a part of it? This is just Guts' point of view? Fuck that! Don't piss me the fuck off. I just think it's bullshit. I don't want to say it's bullshit storytelling, but I definitely want to say, like, you know, like, I don't want to see this bullshit. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. That's like someone coming up to you and it's like, hey, this happened. Like, I don't give a fuck. Why are you coming up to me and telling me? I don't care. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Oh my God. I can't stress enough that I don't want to see this man. I cannot stress enough that I hate Griffith, Femto, whatever you want to call him. I will always hate him. There's nothing in my life that will say I don't hate him. There's nothing that these chapters can keep going on with where I'll be like, oh, Griffith. No, fuck all that. And you know why? Well, you know what that stems from? Because since they left out so much in the anime about the rescue mission, like, the fact that he witnessed this team freaking sick, like, I mean, almost die several times. Well, from Wild, from the Baka Raka, from the other people, from the soldiers. I just feel like it's such bullshit and such selfishness and such stubbornness and such pride that he had to still do that to them when he just saw them save his ass. And you know what's crazy? He was literally about to be taken care of by Casca. Like, he even saw it when he saw his, like, what his life could be if he did it, if he accept, like, during the acceptance of him in the Baylid, of him transforming. He saw that life and still chose to go down that path. And then was like, you know what, Guts? Fuck you for saving me. And did that to Casca. it's just a level of pettiness and chaos I just will never be able to forgive. And you know what sucks, y'all? I'm really like not a I'm really not the type to forgive people. Like, I suck at it. I really can't. Once I just be like, I don't do that to you, why you do that to me, it's over for me. So the fact that he did this and Guts has been by his side for years, fuck Griffith. With that being said, my babies, I'm ending it here. It will always be fuck that man. But I'm gonna end it here. I have a nice little surprise. I will be continuing Berserk right after this rant. Not today, but next video, we're going to continue Berserks. This week, I don't know when it will be posted, but Berserk is back. I promise. I'm over all the anxiety and all that. I ranted to a bunch of people that I know that have read the story. So I'm good. I'm ready to get back in there where I need to be in the story and immerse myself back into Kentaro's world. Because he is doing a great job doing storytelling. Do I think some of it is bullshit? Absolutely. But it's still good. This is like a great Shakespeare tragedy story, but like 20 times worse. 20 times worse. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to end it here, my babies. I am so happy you guys have stayed here and supported me through this journey, even though I've been taking a little break for myself because it was my birthday. But don't hate me for that because I love you guys. Love, love, love. Don't ever forget that. I will always be back. I'm never going to abandon anybody, unless something happens. But I will never leave this channel alone. This is my baby, my pride and joy. I'm very proud of what we have built and what I have done to help you guys interact with me because I love interaction in social community. With that being said, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends and family. I'll see you in the next part. Bye.